Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. My name is Midway and well, it's been a little while since we did anything related to Legend of Mushroom. I've been busy with the summer holidays as well as working on some other stuff, but we are now going to be checking out what's new in the game, or rather what was new last week. So we're going to be going over the latest update that happened in the game last week, as well as covering the currently ongoing gacha event, which of course we can check out right now. We're going to be looking at what the rewards are like, so if you are still haven't jumped into this gacha event and you're feeling like participating in it, well, we'll just see what's in store for us. In fact, there is some things in this event that have not yet been unlocked, as you can see right here, right? So let's dive into it and see what you can expect of this event, or in any case, what I think about the rewards from it. Let's go. Let's start off real quick by going over the latest update we got in the game. That was on the 13th of August, so basically just about a week ago, right? So of course, first of all, it's the announcement of the excuse me, the ongoing gacha, so that one's out of the way already. But as this gacha is going to be ending on the 22nd, we are going to be getting a new minigame event, which is going to be starting on the 23rd, right? It's called the Castle Adventure, and if we go over all the way up to the latest calendar, we can see that that is exactly what's going on right here, right? We got the mid-event starting right there. We're also going to be getting the Starlight Award coming actually this week, by the end of this week. So on Thursday, we will be able to see what the latest edition of past rewards, back attachments, artifacts, and mounts, which we're going to be able to really focus on and try and get on that Starlight Award. And if you might have noticed, I am sort of ready for it, right? I do have some currency myself, so I might be going for some of this stuff if it's good enough, right? So let's just keep going. That mini event, we do have a little bit of information about it, and it's the following: flip cards and complete the images to win rewards, complete daily quests or unlock your privilege, and blah 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 blah. Really, okay, so straight up it's just like the find the matching pairs, and you're going to be able to get a little bit of extra rewards out of this. Nothing crazy, of course. These minigames never really come together with any of the big rewards, right? No artifacts, mounts, or back attachments, so it's just a little bit of a minigame to have a little bit of fun during the summer, right? And then it's the Starlight Award, which I already mentioned, meaning that, well, that is also out of the way. Let's focus real quick on the optimizations before we move on to analyzing the latest gacha rewards, right? So on the optimization side of things, freeze! Download Legend of Mushroom through Aptoide right now and enjoy bonuses of up to 35%. As you accumulate these bonuses, you'll be able to use them to buy things for you instead of actually using your real money like we are showing right here. All you need to do is go to Google and search for Aptoide, click on the first link that appears and download it. As you download Aptoide, it will install in your device. Once it is installed, go ahead and search for it in your device, and then within it, go ahead and search for Legend of Mushroom. Go ahead and click on Legend of Mushroom within Aptoide and download it and install it in your device. Then head on over to Google Play and search for Upcoins wallet and download it and open it up. Here in the Aptoide wallet, you will be able to see your current balance, as well as input my promo code Midway1, which will get you an extra 5% bonus whenever buying anything in Legend of Mushroom. There is a guide down in the description, and the code is also down here on the screen as well as in the description, so go ahead and get it now and start earning more value for your money. We do have some work team. Well, they've done something to it. If an avian has a custom name, its custom name will be displayed on the work deploy page. I guess that makes it a little bit easier to just navigate the whole system, right? You go over here and you should be able to see it. I haven't set up any, so I'm probably not going to be able to see it anyways. Sale season. Change the sale season monster refresh time to 12, or rather like when the next day comes around. That is kind of whatever. We're supposed to be having a sale season coming relatively soon, I'm assuming, right? So yeah, that's something we can expect to be happening sometime. Feather shop. Okay, let's real quick go over there to the feather shop. We should be able to find it right here, if I'm not mistaken. That is the rush shop, and there we go. We got the feather shop. So what does it say? Change the icon color of the artifact star and mount star 2 from purple to red. Okay, so these ones, I guess. Alright, I mean, that's okay, I guess, nothing crazy. I could buy myself some stuff with this. I already got a few of these, right? But I'm thinking I'm just gonna be saving for the Silver Crescent, maybe. Was this one a decent one? I guess it kind of is. Anyways, I'll be doing something with this feather passes eventually, excuse me. Then cross-server matching. Okay, never mind. Added, yeah, they also added those two new rewards, which were not there before, right? So that's kind of what this also means. And then cross-server matching, optimize the basic score algorithm and matching rules in the family brawl. Families are now evaluated and matched based on their all-time highest power, and current points. So there's like a history of what the family was before, as well as what it is now. Expanded the cross-server matching range of cross-server arena, cross-server battles, and cross-server spots, as well as Magic Theater. So they are really putting some effort into the matchmaking, guys. That was one of the bigger complaints in the past for this game, as the servers were getting merged and the game was getting smaller. It was harder and harder to find decent matches, especially for big families in the family brawl. With some of these adjustments, it should all be a little bit more fair, as well as just finding a bigger range of variety of people and families to be matched against, right? So let's go ahead and real quick, we also have a bug fix right here. Fixed an issue with the back accessory Dawn Warwing debuff. Effects on enemies' class skills would be slightly delayed at the battle start and wouldn't stack correctly with the effects of Thorny Spore. Whatever. Let's real quick move over to the gacha right now. So the ongoing gacha, you guys already know what it's about, right? We got the panel over here. If you guys do not know, of course, we do have, this is of course the in-game look that of course we also have right here. Then we also have what the actual gacha is. I guess we might as well check it out real quick, right? So we of course have this little screen right here with all the little rewards. It's the usual stuff you can find in the gacha, and it's going to be faster to look at it here, as it's just going to be quicker than my emulator. Anyways, that is the pay to win section where you buy your currency. This is the Peter timer section where you of course can also be buying the big rewards if you do not happen to get them from the actual gacha itself. That's a little ranking. And then we also have down here the sections that are not yet unlocked in this gacha. So as I was showing before, here we're going to be having some more stuff starting in 10 hours, so by tomorrow, whenever I am going to be playing this. Anyways, we're going to be getting some more stuff. We're going to be getting whatever this is, which we're going to be checking right now in a moment. That is probably, I would say, a back attachment. It does look like some sort of fireworks, as well as some fish going around it. And we also have a costume, right? So we'll check that out in a moment. Then we're going to be having, okay, this is a minigame which is already in the game, just mixing up some fruits, and you are going to be getting some currency for the Firework Fest, which is right here. And from this Firework Fest, actually, you do get some decent stuff, which I think it's right here, if I'm not mistaken. No, that's the gacha rankings, so it should probably be this one right here. Not actually, not. Oh, never mind. It is this one down here. No, that's the pity timer. There's just so many options in these things, guys. Oh, it's the one up here all the way. Okay, so you can get a bunch of free rewards just from this. Like, this is gonna be completing automatically, basically based off of the server you are currently in. If it's an active server, it should be done on its own, and basically you can get some keys. That's the main thing you can get from that. Everything else kind of meh. And then if you participate in it and you do all the things yourself, you're also going to be able to get some decent stuff, some extra pulls in the gacha, as well as some of these game badges which you can use in the the battle pass, right? The usual battle pass you do get, where you're gonna be able to get extra stuff. We'll check out the spall in a second as well, right? So that is what's also happening in the game. We do have this mini game as well, where you can catch some fish, and that's gonna be giving you whatever, some extra pulls in the gacha as per usual. So finally, let's move on to the new big rewards, right? So first of all, before checking any of the effects, we do have a new artifact which basically looks hella cool, I would say. I really like the appearance of this thing. It's just a big old plasma cannon or whatever, lava cannon maybe. Then we do have this mount, which is just like, I don't know what you call this in English actually, a fan, I think it is. Yeah, so it's just that, basically a fan. Then we do have the back accessory. It is the Firework Invite, so it just looks like a little bit of a portal opening up behind you. And then we do have the costumes. This one is the one for the male characters, which looks very fairy-like. I do think you have like a butterfly right there. And then this is the one for the female version, which is just a decent dress. So let's go ahead and check out the effects. So let's start off by looking at the artifact right here. We do have the effect, which we could also read in game, but it's just more comfortable doing it here because it's longer. So the effect of the artifact is the following: every 11 seconds, release big fireworks, explodes once in 1.5 seconds, so there's a little bit of a delay, and then dealing a big bunch of AoE skill damage current combo AoE damage, which can crit, and then also current counter AoE damage, which can also crit, as well as 5% of the target's max HP damage to enemies, ignoring damage immunity, which is very important, and reducing all active skills cooldowns by 1.2 seconds. That's pretty decent. Now, after half a second, it's gonna be exploding again, doing the same effect except the target's max HP, and then it's gonna be triggering once at the start of the battle. So it's a big burst of damage. Now, I'm not sure if it's only going to be the target's max HP, which is gonna be ignoring the damage immunity. I think it is, based off of the fact that everything between the brackets, it's specified for the thing that goes before it. So if that is the case, it's just a big bunch of damage are gonna be happening at the beginning of the fight, and then every level seconds, big burst, and that's it. I don't think it's bad whatsoever. I think it's not the best. It's not scaling with anything besides the target's max HP. So yeah, in general, you would probably go for something that's going to be scaling off your attack a lot more. I don't know. There's a lot more better artifacts out there. Now, reducing the active skills cooldowns by 1.2 seconds, it's not bad. Let's move on. Global attack by 10%, that's decent. Okay, so mount. Effulgent Fan, whatever you pronounce that, every 11 seconds increases the crit rate by 30%, as well excuse me, the skill crit rate by 30%, only for 3 seconds though. Now, every 5 crits or 1 skill crit hit during this period, the Firework's gonna be dealing a big bunch of current basic attack AoE damage, which can also crit to enemies and increase the final crit damage and final skill crit damage by 6% for 3 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. Now, this sounds very good, not gonna lie, the crit rate by 30% is very good. I'm not too sure what happens once you go over the 100% cap crit rate. You can go over it, I guess it just doesn't do anything, correct me if I'm wrong. And then every 5 crits, you're gonna be dealing a big bunch, or not a big bunch, just a small bunch of extra AoE damage, but the important thing is increasing the final crit damage by 6%, that is a lot. Now, it can stack up to 5 times. The problem here is that this increase is only going to be lasting for 3 seconds. Because it does say during this period, right? So, this increase for only 3 seconds, you do need to be doing at least 5 critical strikes during those 3 seconds, which if you are crit capped, should already be the case. And this 30% crit rate is just going to be allowing you to get to that crit cap a lot easier, which you should already be doing so if you're really far and deep into the game with your gear. But if you're a newer-ish mid-game kind of player, this definitely will be a big boost. So guaranteed you're going to be doing those 5 crits during those 3 seconds. That means that you're going to be getting 6% extra final crit damage or skill crit damage for 3 seconds. And I'm assuming as it stacks, it's also going to be extending the duration, right? So I guess it's gonna be 1 stack and then maybe like dropping down to 2 seconds and then going up to 2 stacks and then it goes up to 3 seconds again. So it's gonna be a big burst of damage paired together with this this other like big bursty artifact. Altogether, I think this is decent for mages, really bursty because of this increasing crit damage. Not gonna lie, I think this is actually pretty decent. Maybe not one of the better ones actually, but let's just keep going. So we only have the back accessory left, so let's see what it does. Every 11 seconds, release 7 small fireworks within. Oh, rather, within 3 seconds. So it's gonna be a big burst again. Now, each one is gonna be dealing a little amount of AoE skill damage, combo AoE damage, which can crit, and counter AoE damage, which can also crit to all enemies. Now, after 3 seconds, it's gonna be dealing extra damage equal to 30% of the damage taken by the enemy during this time, including the damage absorbed and blocked by shields, but not the damage immune part, although it's gonna be ignoring the damage immunity. Hold up. So this effect is gonna be ignoring the damage immunity once it does calculate, but it's not gonna be calculating the part where you deal the damage to the damage immunity. So that makes sense. Now, during those 3 seconds, or rather after those 3 seconds, that is a decent amount. I mean, I guess the amount of damage that you do with this like fireworks is not that crazy, but dealing 30% of the damage taken by the enemy afterwards is just like a finisher, sort of, right? You're gonna be doing a big burst, and after 3 seconds, 30% of that big burst is gonna be done again. So it's like empowering your burst with a little bit of a delay. I guess it's not bad. it's like a finisher, really. So, all in all, I don't think it's bad. Maybe not the greatest. Like, everything up here is just whatever. Like, that small effect is really, really negligible. It's really all down here. And if they are immune, you're probably gonna be doing, like, almost no damage with this thing, right? So, yeah, I don't know. I guess, like, if you do damage with this where you ignore immunities, that can count into this, but I don't know, I'm not really too sure. And finally, the costume is gonna be giving you global HP increase of 1%, which is okay. And finally, from the battle pass, you're gonna be able to get yourself the Spark Squirrel if you do buy into it, which does increase the PAL damage multiplier by 15%, which is not that whatsoever if you are running a PAL build. Not too sure if that damage multiplier is gonna be worth it, not gonna lie. And then, before we go, there is also something else, which is the spending event, which, well, you're gonna be able to get yourself the Gingerbread Man, which is going to be increasing the boss damage by 30% as well as the boss damage resistance by 10%. It's one of the better pay-to-win balls, so if you don't have it yet, you can also spend a little bit of money during this time and get yourself a couple copies of it so you can level it up a little bit, right? So that's pretty much all there is in these updates for the past week. I'm sorry it's a little bit late, so you probably already know about some of these things, but in any case, we're back, and we'll be, of course, covering everything as it's gonna be releasing in Legend of Mushroom. So I hope you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, and I'll be seeing you on the next one. Bye-bye. See you, everybody.